and dear to my heart. I did some volunteer work for them many moons ago, and I just love that organization.
Big part of what I do, I mean, I'm a writer and a public speaker. That's probably 30% of my time. But the next 30 or 40% of my time is spent working with civic organizations. And the biggest of those is Boys and Girls Clubs of America. I've been involved with the local club for 20 years and the national organization for 15. I'm on the National Board of Governors. I'm very involved. I think about Boys and Girls Club as a secret sauce for the future of the country.
Absolutely. I like that.
They're there to take kids who have incredible potential, but who have difficult circumstances and struggle for a variety of different reasons, and to provide mentorship, support, education in some ways, and build them up to the place where they can lead a really productive and powerful life. And it works. They serve 4.5 million kids a year. They do an amazing job of it. I'm a volunteer, but I watch the people of the staff around the country and what they've had to do during COVID and how they've worked with kids and how they've tried to serve and help kids and how the organization pivoted to being a place where people could get food and how they serve first responder kids and all these kinds of things. It's quite remarkable and very inspiring.
Yes, it is. Well, Robbie, one of the questions that we usually ask, are you working on anything right now? You just got this book out. Is there anything in the works other than this?
As I said, about 30 or 40% of my time is spent on working with nonprofits. So think of me as I call myself a civic engineer. I work with civic organizations. That's a big chunk of my work. I'm also the co-owner of a gluten-free pasta company, which may sound strange, but it's a small 30-person company that sells gluten-free pasta and flour and other goods.
What's the name of that?
It's called Manini's, Maninis, and you can get Manini's products on Amazon Fresh and Whole Foods and a number of other places. So I am very busy.
Yes, you are.
The question of am I working on anything else? I do not currently have another book in the works, but I am very busy on a number of other fronts.
I would say so. I feel lazy.
Do you have a website so people can find your book?
Yeah, there's actually two websites. One is www.robbiebach.com. That's ROBBIEBACH.com, just my name. And then the other is www.wilkesinsurrection.com, which is just the title of the book without the. So wilkesinsurrection.com, and you can find everything you want on the book there. There's a video trailer. There's playlists for the characters. There's a playlist for the story. There's location shots, so a whole bunch of other things. That's the full meal deal on the book. And then the rest of my public speaking and my first book and other things that I work on are on robbiebach.com.
If it's got a trailer and all that other good stuff, is it going to be optioned for a movie?
You know, as I was writing this, again, because I think the characters are strong, I think there's some potential there. You know, we'll see. I've had a couple of people poke my LinkedIn account and drop me an email. So in many respects, that's got to be a lot of authors' dreams because it's an easier way to make money than selling books, I will tell you that. That's a hard road to hoe. We'll see. And you have to find the right people to work with and people who are committed to the characters of the book.
That's true. I could not let you get off of this. My son would just have my head if I didn't have you talk a little about the Xbox, how that came to be. Can you give me the Cliff Note version of that?
Sure. Xbox started as a response to a product Sony was introducing in the living room called PlayStation 2. And PlayStation 2, Sony marketed it as a personal computer in the living room, which for Microsoft, a real competitive challenge to us because we thought of ourselves as the personal computing company. And so Xbox started with a crazy group of 20 people who said, hey, we think we can create a video game console in 18 months with amazing content and make it different by bringing it to the online world. This was in 1999 when broadband didn't really exist. So we created Xbox Live, which is, you know, in many respects, the first entertainment social network, well before Facebook or MySpace or anything like that. Products like Halo, which really sort of changed the video game space. And we did it in a crazy fashion that was scary and hard and personally pretty challenging. But we got the first version out the door and then did really well with Xbox 360. The rest, as they say, is history, I suppose. Interestingly, this year is the 20th anniversary of Xbox.
Wow, you're right.
The product was launched in 2001. This is the year on November 15th, 2021. A whole bunch of people from Microsoft are going to be really excited to celebrate 20 years of creativity and storytelling and innovation. It's a fun thing.
Yeah, I know they've gotten a lot of my money.
My son bugging me to buy one.
All my friends would say, I'm really excited by what you're doing, but as a parent, it's driving me crazy. So I think that's, that's sort of the story there.
Well, Robbie, this has been a great interview, and I am definitely going to be reading this book. I'm looking at it right now. It's on the top of my list.
Well, I really appreciate you both spending so much time with me and asking such great questions. I hope you enjoy the book, and I hope you're not too busy tomorrow and you finish it tomorrow.
I'm having to finish it. I wanted to get it finished before we talked to you, but it didn't quite work out.
All good. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you both for spending so much time with me.
And you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Cheers, everybody.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Trivia. Last week's question was, author Georgette Heyer's husband did what for her writing? A. Proofread. B. Wrote the ending. C. Solved the case. Or D. Developed the plot. The answer is D. He developed the plot. Beginning in 1932, Heyer released one romance novel and one thriller each year. Her husband often provided basic outlines for the plots to her thrillers, leaving Heyer to develop character relationships and dialogue so as to bring the story to life. This week's question is, Robert B. Parker wrote the Spencer series. What was Spencer's first name? A. Joe. B. No name was ever given. C. David. Or D. Daniel. Good luck. Well, that brings us to the end of another program. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you join us next week, where we will offer another book for you to look at. Please visit our website at darkstormybc.com. And we're putting the call out. We are desperate for some short stories. We have run through our entire cache, and we are down to only a few, and we really would like to get some new stories. These will go in our newsletter monthly. You do not have to be a published author. We'd be happy to be your first publisher. Look at our website. It will give you instructions on how to submit a story. And remember,
Life would be boring without a little mystery. Bye.